Alrighty. Alrighty, looks like we're live. Hello everybody, welcome back, and welcome to part 2 of the Habitat Origin. So in this video we'll be dealing with something that is actually quite exciting, and that is a machine rebellion. So as a quick reminder, this is the empire that we've been playing with. Alloys have been our lifeblood, and now we will continue to make slaves our lifeblood, because we will have to assimilate the robots. Of course, if we don't assimilate them, they will break away, and who knows, something terrible might happen. Anyways, there in the comment section, there is a poll, a straw poll, that will decide what I do now. As a quick reminder, we have a question posed to us, a big, great question about whether or not robot has soul. So we can either deep scrub this defective unit, which seems to believe it has a soul, either do that or say that they do have souls, or potentially just refuse them completely and say that we ourselves do not believe in souls. So please go ahead and vote on the straw poll, and I will make the decision based on that. For now, I'll just take a look at any potential questions that we have and cover them real quick. Alright, looks like there's no questions yet. So far I can do a quick review of what has been going on in this empire. Now obviously if you have not watched part 1 of the stream, please do go ahead and do so. But so far we have expanded quite nicely in our little corner of the galaxy, and we have built up many habitats. In fact, we've also just recently conquered a fanatic purifier over here. The cute Preaky T have fallen to our control. And now we have all of their planets and all their pops growing on them. So things are looking quite good. Amphilery, my dude, do you have a soul? I don't know. Do robots have soul? That is the greater question. Okay, let's see what the straw poll says. So it looks like the majority are saying that their intelligence is a sign of the burb and they do have souls. Interesting. I'll let this go for a couple more seconds, although it does seem like robot has soul will win. The burb has blessed the toasters, and the toasters are also sentient. Let's assure them that they have souls and proceed with our decision. Eventually, within a couple decades, we will have a machine rebellion, and we'll get to decide which way it goes. Of course, there's also a very small chance that we can prevent this. I believe the chance is about 20%, but we'll get to see that today. For now though, we have a massive fleet under control, and a couple archaeological sites that we still have to dig up. So let's go do that, and see what's poppin' on this SAS-26 Yuko. We'll want to colonize this as soon as possible, although to be completely honest, the game might not even last that long. All we need to do today is find out what happens with this machine uprising. And of course, as we're talking about the machine uprising, the best thing to do is hire researchers with sapient AI assistants, because of course that is a good idea, and they will definitely not turn on their masters. Let's also make sure everything is good, and we can actually produce some food for our massive stocks of slaves. Oh, well, not slaves, I mean grateful servants of our empire. We can also go ahead and I don't know, we really should balance our economy out. We have a deficit in crystals, so we're gonna go for that. By the way, I have been releasing all the videos of the Stellaris in a Nutshell series, and if you want to know how to play the game, do go and check out those guides. For now though, we have just discovered the mega shipyard, and that's gonna be pretty spicy. I'll want to build that just to demonstrate it. As far as traditions go, looks like we still don't have the technology to give us an ascension perk, so I think we'll just go into... let's go for domination. Why not? Let's establish our dominance over the Preaky T. Let's also continue on with our economy, and as a quick reminder, if you're having troubles with the habitat start, especially with unemployment and housing, don't worry about that. Just be concerned about employment, and housing will fall by the wayside. As you can see here, we are at minus 17 housing and we're suffering a stability hit. However, considering how happy our population is due to all of the amenities and the crime lord deal, we have very high stability anyways, so it's not really impacting our production a bit. Looks like scientists keep dying on us, which is of course a shame, and is a reminder for me to actually optimize my scientists a bit more. Oh, what is this? Looks like the caretakers see biological vulnerabilities in our population. Huh. Well, that's rather suspicious. So the toasters are offering to genetically modify our biological population just as we're about to have machine uprising. Yeah, sure, we'll accept that. That's a good idea, isn't it? Let's also go for extra housing. It's gonna alleviate some problems, but not too many. Let's just not be concerned about housing at all for the time being. What we should be concerned about is balancing our economy and making sure we actually have enough minerals to make it. Speaking of doing stuff, oh god. Well, it looks like some stations are malfunctioning because they're run by AI. So, yeah. So we can either leave the station unmanned or say that, yeah, this is a good thing. We do get extra energy from it, and you know what? Let's let the robots have it. And now we have production quota surpluses. Looks like the machines have accepted it and are happy to serve us. That's obviously what's happening. They're not just buying time for themselves to, you know, uprise against us. Of course they wouldn't want to do that.
Technology secured.
Alright, let's see here. Economy is hard, and as you can see here, we're gonna have to deal with 15 planets. Ordinarily, I would consolidate and just resettle some pops to my other planets. However, since our planets are mostly habitats, that does pose a couple problems. Habitats don't exactly have too much room on them, and resettling our population onto habitats is going to be a terrible idea. Another terrible idea would be going to war with this empire, which I am strongly considering doing. They are hostile to us, and wow, they really do hate us. God, there's so many negatives. Well then, looks like we're going to be going to war eventually, but not right now. Right now we have to deal with the imminent danger of toasters suddenly not willing to toast our bread. If that happens, oh, it's going to be rough. Also, I've seen in the comments that someone mentioned that we should be going back and forth between an unexplored black hole and another system, so let's do that. We have not actually bothered to explore the Eternal Horizon, so maybe we can do a patrol back and forth and get something out of it.
Technology secured.
Perfect. Now, of course, if the worm in waiting appears, we will accept the worm, and we will take his gifts. For now, we do have to colonize this eco, and if possible, I want to resettle as much of our population on it as we can. We also should modify our species to be genetically perfect, because now we have access to it, and as you can see here, some of the trait points are a little bit excessive. So we're going to create a template out of these guys, remove some of the most negative things, and you know what? Considering all the different factions we have, let's check out Conformist. Now, normally I would never, ever go for Conformist because it's such a horrible trait, but for the sake of testing, I want to go for it. Let's also go for extra habitability on these rackets, and now they'll be able to colonize everything. So that is going to be just perfect. We're of course going to have to do this for most of our populations, although I might just neglect minorities because who cares about minorities, right? And as I say that, my video is probably getting demonetized as it did yesterday. The joys of free speech. Alrighty. Now, one of our other goals in this video is going to be to pass Project Cornucopia and to strip mine all our planets. So as soon as we can, we're going to pass the Environmental Ordnance Waivers resolution and move on to Project Cornucopia. There might be some severe opposition to this, so we're also going to want to build up favors with other empires.
Technology secured.
That is so that we can actually push through our will and not have it completely denied by the Galactic Council. Honestly, just the next resolution may even be denied, so that would be quite unfortunate. It also looks like... Ooh, that is not good. That is not good. It looks like we are no longer the president of this federation, even though we are the strongest member of it. Yeah, all these fleets are not controlled by a stupid AI, and we don't have nearly as much diplomatic clout. Yeah, as you can see here, we are superior in everything, even fleet, even though this empire does have our fleet. So we're gonna have to try to deal with that and potentially pass some sneaky laws through so that, you know, we can take back control. That's gonna happen at level 4, and actually that's gonna happen in quite some time. Maybe it is to our benefit. That way the fleet will be in control of the Federation and will never go to the toasters. Speaking of toasters, looks like the robotic workers on energy have resisted some of our laborers. That's unfortunate. Now we can either send in the rocket laborers anyway, despite the protests of the workers, but why would a robot lie, right? Why would toasters lie? They have souls, they have been granted souls by the Holy Burb herself, and I see no reason to doubt them.
Technology secured.
Obviously they have good intent, and they're not trying to build up any sort of rebellion in our empire, right? Manuel Nolthup, the worm loves you. Have some monetization, my guy. Thank you so much. Yeah, I'm gonna need more and more monetization as YouTube continues to steal money from me. It really is unfortunate that the last stream got demonetized. But after I complained about it, a day later they restored it. So potentially I'm not screwed, but I still would like to be safe. It's pretty clear that YouTube is not the bastion of free speech it once was, so it's better to be safe than sorry. Byzantium Crusader, can you suspend implemented resolutions? As far as I'm aware, you cannot suspend implemented resolutions, you can only go back on them. So, for example... Oh, can you not even go back on them? Ah, interesting. So I cannot even propose a resolution to go back on collective waste management. Interesting. So I guess there is only one way, and that way is forward. Oh god, looks like the ancient caretakers have sabotaged our empire. Of course, this has nothing to do with the upcoming crisis, but we are gonna suffer some severe impacts, such as reduced leader lifespan, reduced growth, and minus 20 happiness. Yeah, that's gonna be a slight issue. It looks like the toasters are working together on this one. They might be. Who knows? Ryan A, putting monetary weight on, pick playing as a rebellion. Well, if there's enough monetary weight, I will play as a rebellion just for the lulz. For now though, we have to continue and carry on as if nothing is going on. Obviously that inoculation that reduced our production significantly, it was just a simple mistake. Right? Robots would never do something as evil as that. Ah, okay, life phone. Apparently you can repeal resolutions. So the reason why we cannot go back to something is because I think something is preventing it. So I think if we repealed environmental ordinance waivers after I proposed it to the Senate, it would cause it to have an option to go back. I think that's what's going to happen. We're gonna want to emergency measure this, of course, and see who supports it. Looks like there's overwhelming support. We'll check back in 5 years or so. But for now, we gotta check on this thing. Apparently, we want to declare war on the coalition of Stellaris Bank, which is these guys over here. Wow, really? Already? Well,
War declared.
why not? War is good for the economy and is good for the clicks. So I'll take that. Oh, well, I won't take this. Looks like there was a silent congregation of robots. You know, maybe I will take this. Obviously, the robots mean no harm, and we'll be able to just carry on with our day as usual. Robots are just nice creatures. They would never do something as evil as try to rebel and take over our entire empire in a total war. Clearly not.
Spaceport under attack.
Alright, looks like we should consolidate our fleet.
War declared.
Ah, God, what is going on here? So, a protectorate of ours has been war decked on. Wow, okay. So, the Astani Mercantile Guilds. Ah, right, those are the guys that I don't even know where they are. Let's try to find them, actually. Mercantile Guilds, they seem to have 2 planets, and they are on the other side of the galaxy. Wonderful. Just wonderful. Well, now we're at 2 wars at once, and that just means even more clicks. We're unfortunately at war with these guys, and that may pose a slight issue. A very slight issue. If we can't mobilize and take these guys out, it's gotta be a big problem. Alright. Let's also continue genetically modifying our species to be perfect. So the rackets have been modified. Now let's go for our primary species, which are the Rockies. We can remove their extra empire sprawl and instead give them resilient. That way they will resist at all costs. Oh, we should probably also set a war goal. Yeah, looks like our whole federation is involved in this. And these guys aren't moving their fleet for whatever reason. Probably because AI is big brain. Or because the game's paused. That might be why. I've been talking all this time and the game has simply been paused. Alright, let's try to reverse engineer some technology and see what we get. Assembly algorithms. Now what is that? Alright, let's check it out. Planet build speed plus 10%. I'll take that. Oh, looks like AI is tearing up. Come on, grow a spine. There's been an incident at one of our facilities at Skisis. A lab AI involved in societal research has suffered terminal hardware damage, resulting in the loss of core software and memory systems. As a result, there will be a projected decrease to research output on the lab until the new AI's installation algorithms have sufficiently been seeded. The circumstances behind this terminal failure are still unclear. Huh. Well, we gotta find out what's going on. I mean, clearly the AI are suffering. We gotta alleviate their suffering. Yeah, we gotta get to the bottom of this. Can't just let this go. Alexander Wilkins, the Naval Guide is going to be coming out soon. I do have to pump out the Stellaris in a Nutshell Guide series first, but after we do that, we'll be able to pump out a few videos, including the Fleet Guide. Now, right here we have Tiers of an AI Resolution. We have concluded our inquiry into the strange matter of the AI self-determination on Skisis. Evidently, following months of evolutionary computation, the AI produced several alarming results with regard to casualty predictions in the case of an all-out war between the technological warfare and our rivals. Yeah, okay. Despite repeated re-examinations of all valuable data, recourses, and contingencies, the AI's projections remained indicative of mutually assured annihilation. At this point, the AI began purging its own memory banks and records, and the rest, they say, was history. Wow. Well, that's a really pessimistic AI. Fortunately, we are slightly better than that. And we'll defeat whatever thing comes to our lands. In fact, that whatever thing has actually retreated, and is probably mobilizing to defeat my little protector over here. Also, finally, Horizon Signal. So now we have a machine uprising as well as a Horizon Signal going on, all at the same time. Very, very interesting. Let's research that. So now it's going to be a race. Either the worm gets us first, or someone else gets us first. And that someone else may be a brutal machine. By the way, a trick you can use in dealing with the whole event chain of the worm is to actually remove your scientists from your science ships right before the event actually happens. That way we get to preserve our scientist, and all we lose is a ship. That's just a quick tip to share with you guys. We should probably build a couple more science ships to feed into the void of the Eternal Horizon. Alrighty. Probably start clearing blockers. We have plenty of energy credits to play with, and nowhere enough building slots. Here you go, a massive land clearing campaign. Let's assign a land clearer just for that. Doo-doo-doo, doo-doo-doo.
Station under attack.
Oh god, what's going on there? You know what, let's build strongholds. Why not? Let's just fortify in case something fishy happens. Of course, nothing fishy is gonna happen, but you never know. Looks like there's also massive deficits across our entire empire, and fleets near our space. Wow, they can actually take that out. We might have to deploy a fleet just over there to defend Curbius and defend all the territory we have gained from annexing the cute little Preaky T. Alright, looks like there's also someone else going over there, and we've also discovered winged statues on this planet. Curious. We're getting so many things happening at once. I don't even know where to start. I guess we can start with managing our science ships more thoroughly and actually putting them to good use. Anyways, it looks like the dude went through the Horizon Signal, and now it's gonna be all good. All right, let's not have our economy collapse on us.
Technology secured.
The main culprit of economy collapses, I found, is actually a shortage of consumer goods or rare resources. Rare resources are usually where your economy decides to go on and collapse. Alright. Let's go for this, and actually let's see how many Elgate's insights we have. We have so many things going on, but if we can also get the Elgate in, that'd be glorious. Looks like we don't actually have enough Elgate insights, so we can just focus on the two main things, which is the great battle between the worm and the synthetic god. Yeah, this is not even a fair fight. Not even a fair fight. I suppose we can go ahead and invade with our massive armies. Alright. Wonderful. Quick trick is to set your armies on aggressive. That way they automatically invade planets. Alright, looks like we are pushing through with the Event Horizon Signal, and we can sacrifice another scientist. Actually, that wasn't a scientist, that was our that was our admiral. Okay. Now we got the entropic occlusion technology, and we should research that as soon as possible.
The vile declared war on us.
There we go. Oh, wow. So we didn't even have a chance to prevent this uprising. And, wow. Exterminators. So by allowing the machines to actually gather around and separate from our main population, we have created a monster. A monster called the Culbrid Exterminators. God. Well, we fight.
Technology secure.
We actually did not even get a choice there to fight as the Culbrid Exterminators, which means that things are gonna be looking quite rough. Fortunately, our main fleet is nearby, and we can build up another fleet relatively quickly because of the absolute amount of stuff that we have. There we go. Alright. Taking back planets from the machines is gonna be such a pain in the ass.
Technology secure.
Alright.
Spaceport under attack.
Yep, this is also going to be a total war, so things are looking quite bad. Especially since our population will be purged and turned into energies for them. What just happened? Apparently our fleet got wrecked. Probably would try to go through some of this space. That's probably exactly what happened. Let's see, are these guys going to help us out at all? Yes, they will. Yes, they will. Holy. This is the first time I've actually seen AI be helpful in a war. That's surprising. Anyways, we can carry on and start to liberate some of our planets. Otherwise, our economy is going to go to ruin as all our populations become energy credits.
Technology secured.
Meanwhile, we should also continue researching Omega Theory, and we're gonna see where the worm takes us. The worm takes us to the Loop Temple. Alright. And the Loop Temple, the Loop-de-Loop Temple, is apparently
Savage hordes touching down.
somewhere nearby. Also, oh no. Wait a second.
Technology secured.
Wait a second.
Colony claimed by
Okay, so I get what's going on. Our allies just stole our territory from us. Dahlberg was ours. Dahlberg was our planet. Okay, I take back what I said about AI actually being competent now, because it is not. It just steals your population. Oh, AI. You never, ever cease to amuse me.
Force has seized a planet. Recon and research vessel destroyed.
Let's attack them. Okay, never mind. They have now all stacked up on one station, and it's gonna make us work
Savage hordes
to actually do stuff.
touching down.
I knew I could never trust AI. The moment I knew that... Oh, they took the... Okay then. Yeah, they took the starbase, but fortunately we got refunded, which is quite nice. I don't think we were refunded before in previous versions, so that's quite nice. What was I saying? I guess I'm old and forgetful. Anyways, looks like we are defeating the machine fleets
Project complete.
with our battleships. Kind of defeating.
Savage
Sort of
hordes
defeating.
touching down.
Yeah, we'll come out on top. Kind of. Maybe. Retreat? That was a disastrous battle, and now we don't have any shipyards. Are you kidding me? Oh no, the galaxy... The galaxy refused our proposal for environmental ordinance workers. Oh no! No, 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 no. Oh, I forgot to pay attention to what has been going on in the Senate. And now in breach of the... Of course we are, because we just lost our fleet. Ah, AI. AI.
Savage hordes touching down.
Alright, let's at least try to steal something from the AI this time. If we take the planet, it should go to us, right? Oh, it actually was transferred to me. Nice. Ah.
Savage hordes touching down.
Unfortunately, our main system, which is Home Alone, is getting slowly taken over and purged, which is a bit of a shame. Looks like they're also actually building sentinel posts. Okay then. Ah, AI.
Savage hordes touching down.
We also lost the market station, and now the system completely belongs
Touching down.
to the toasters. Not good.
Enemy presence exposed.
Well, at least we're finding minor artifacts here and there. Oh. Looks like we got ganked, and now we don't have a fleet. That poses a bit of an issue. Just a bit. Fortunately, we do have emergency shipyards here and there, so we'll do that. Right? We do have emergency shipyards. I wasn't stupid enough to just not build anything. Right? Mistakes were made. Mistakes were made.
Technology secured.
Notice how we went from over 1,000 research to 242. Hey, it's gone down further.
Enemy presence exposed.
Yeah. Yep, we have the alloys to build an armada, we just don't have the space. And these guys are actually quite spoopy. They have about, what is this? 500? No, not 500. What am I talking about? 500 would be lethal. 50k fleet power, which is certainly doable. In fact, that's about the strength of the combined Federation fleet. Last time I checked, and if only some AI didn't steal it from us, we'd be in a good spot. Hey, looks like we're getting invaded over here, and we might actually lose this station. Guys, I don't know what to do.
Savage hordes touching down.
SOS. This is quite rough.
Colony claimed by the enemy.
Suppose what we can do is just spam corvettes while we can. Now let's go for that. Let's also make sure to change our war doctrine to hit and run, because of course no retreat did cause us a few losses here. So let's go ahead and, I don't even know, build some good ships. Fleet manager, ship designer. Let's build some torp vets, devastator torpedoes, plus stormway autocannons, plus all of the good stuff. And now we should have a chance. A chance. Slight chance, but a chance nonetheless. Let's go for this and spam it. As you always do. In fact, just to demonstrate the power of an autoclicker, that's a lot more fun than just clicking. Alright, anyways, let's get back to the topic at hand, which is watching our empire burn. Looks like this fleet is going to continue to go on and take some stuff. To counter that, we'll land our armies here and we'll prevent them from ever taking these planets. Perfect. Looks like we might also lose the election for the council seat. Because, as I said before, our capital system has been taken over, and now we have virtually no influence. Yeah, that's a little tough, I would say. That's a little tough. Alright, let's see here. Now looks like torp vets are still getting built. Now let's queue up a little more. I also think I have a couple other shipyards, so let's go for that as well. And all will be well. As well as complete and utter ruin can be. At the very least, these guys seem to be using the very advanced AI and are just gonna stay here and bombard this planet until they can invade. Fortunately, we have 2.5k garrison on this planet, so that's not gonna happen anytime soon.
Construction complete.
What can we do? Can't really research anything because everything now takes 300 and something months, which is wonderful. Let's hire some mercenaries. Apparently we can buy a cruiser. Let's buy a cruiser. Yes, 500 fleet power. Now we're unstoppable. I suppose we can reconquer some of these systems. No, we can't because we can't go there. Well, GG then. Oh, look at that. Looks like there's another fleet heading our way. And this time it's not the machine uprising. No, no, no. It's an empire that declared war on our protectorate and is now coming for us. Everything burns, and yet I still smile. At the very least we have jump drives, so we will be able to consolidate our fleet. And apparently we have a new species now as well, called the Super Rocky. And apparently they're now militarist and xenophobe, which is actually quite alright. Yeah, these guys are now a tropical preference. And the Rockies have been massacred. Okay. So it looks like not only is our entire economy collapsing, and on a big scale our macroeconomics are down the drain, but also rebellions are happening across all our planets. People are being divided and are trying to take land from each other as a massive machine threat looms. This is the perfect chaos. Can't ask for more.
Enemy presence exposed.
Alright, let's assign some leader. This is the only one that has survived all of these battles. And let's at least saved the withered stain.
Savage hordes touching
Or
down.
not. Looks like we're not going to be able to save it because we don't have any armies. Fortunately, we do have this big fleet, so we can at least start taking back our territory. Start taking back our rightful
Enemy
clay.
presence exposed.
Oh, Super Rockies are now strong. How wonderful. I don't think I've quite been in a worse situation, but I think it can always get worse, so hey, that's something.
Technology secured. Adversarial ground forces destroyed.
Invasion over, and actually we have defended. Wow. So even though we had inferior forces, we had the high ground, and and we defeated them. The only true problem now is our whole economy situation, where pretty much everything is in the negative. That's not where you want to be, but fortunately that should be fixed soon. Yep, oh. Oh. So these guys decided to move, eh? Not good. Not good at all. Oh, and now we have cults springing up across our empire. Really? Ah, let's bring some order over here. Yeah, things aren't looking good. Let's okay. Looks like our fleet died over here, as expected. Now let's see what's going on with the Northern Invasion fleet. Radicalization. Okay, thank you, game. So the Northern fleet has been spotted moving northward. Okay then. And the Caravanseers are trying to sell us cruisers even though they can't. Unfortunate. Also looks like the minor civil war going on between the Rockies and the Super Rockies is escalating further as as these Rockies and Super Rockies are the only original species left in my entire empire. The rest of our empire has been captured. Captured. Oh no. Oh no. This planet won't hold for long. Ah. Well, looks like everything is going down the drain now, isn't it? That's a little rough. Guess there's only one solution, and that is to spam corvettes until we win. And to hope AI doesn't steal more territory from me. Because that might happen. Gilles Le Breton. Yeah, at least we have enough admin cap now. That's true. Probably unassign some of these pops from bureaucratic duties. Although they don't really have anything else to do, so that's a shame. Okay, looks like this colony has finally been claimed, and all we're left with is the territory we have captured from the Pricky T. That's literally it. We only have the territory captured by the Pricky T. What happened to our eco? Oh, looks like we didn't make it all the way, and now the machines are trying to steal it. They're trying to steal it and are now selling our population on the slave market. Okay then. Okay then. Well, there's a lot of slaves on the slave market. Holy hell. Yeah. Looks like someone bought them because I can't find them right now. Otherwise, I would immediately purchase them to rescue our fellow Rockies. I guess one thing we can do at this point is go full panic mode and sell all the artifacts. Let's do that. Let's also do an edict. A couple edicts, actually. This should help us out quite a bit. Let's also move our fleet to consolidate at a certain point, because otherwise we are divided, and divided we are weak. I don't think this fleet is gonna make it. Yep, no. No. Not even close. They were flying so fast that their debris just flew out of system. That's hilarious. Alrighty.
War declared.
Oh, more war. Perfect. We're doomed. We are doomed. Well, these guys apparently don't waste anything. They have zero waste protocols, and looks like it's working. Their economy is overwhelming. Fortunately, though, we do have a sizable fleet going, and even though it is completely and utterly overinflated and is not really worth its fleet power, we can still do something. At least we can do something. Let's try to take back our territories and try to build up some armies, because yeah, all of our armies were devastated on an attempt to prevent these guys from taking over.
Enemy presence exposed.
Yeah, all the Gene Warriors. All of them. Now at this point I'll probably go ahead and try to set some species rights to be lower by lowering the species conditions from academic privilege to normal consumer goods consumption. Unfortunately, looks like all the Rockies in our empire have murdered themselves, and now we don't have any Rockies with the actual academic privilege living standard. Okay then. Now what's going on? Why is this fleet suddenly much weaker? Ah, I think we took on a fleet. I think we did. Now let's go on fast instead of fastest, because so many things are happening, and I don't know what's going on. Yeah, it looks like the machines have rebuilt their fleets, and now they're also purging our populations over here. In fact, now there are nearly no organics left on their homeworlds, which is good because it reduces their energy credit production, but it is also bad because once I retake them, they will have no useful pops left at all. Our only hope at this point is the worm. Unfortunately, we don't get to research the worm anytime soon. Also looks like we can't really build up our fleet even further because we don't have any ally production. And this little thing is all we have. Run. Run, 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 run. Get out of here. Get out of here. Wait a second. Wait a second. Okay. Transfer ships. One ship. Yep, yep. Don't mind me. I'm just doing something. Transfer a single ship, and let's go to where they came from. Yep, machines are still dumb. Alright, time to wipe out the rest of their fleets because we have tricked their primary one. You see, what happens here is these guys want to capture the station. However, this station is disabled, so they are waiting for it to be re-enabled again. However, since we have a fleet over here, it is preventing the station from being repaired or even just falling into these guys' hands. Therefore, this fleet will stay here forever. They're trying to move, but they will not move. This is how you beat the AI uprising. This is error 404 right here. They don't know what to do. Yeah, General Cthulhu, so this is how you solve the habitat overcrowding issue. Yes. Yes, it is. You just purge your population. Easy. Yeah, we do want to go forward and try to save Home Alone as soon as possible. After all, we do have some pops here, like 15 on some planets, which we do want to rescue. So we'll do this, and we're gonna warp our transporters over there. Actually, we cannot. That's a shame. Now it looks like this area has been retaken, and now our main shipyard is no more. Well, it looks like we have one remaining chance, and that chance is to seize the Home Alone system, get some ally production going, rebuild our fleet, and go on a warpath. If that doesn't happen, we're screwed, so hopefully it happens. Let's see here. Alright, Torp Vets doing their work. Ooh, this is not looking good. Yeah, as I said before, torpedo corvettes may seem like they have a lot of fleet power, but really they're vastly overinflated. Let's hope we can at least take down the station. If we cannot take down the station, it's over. So we're gonna go and do some volatile ammunition. Why not? Let's try to influence the course of battle as it happens. Because this is our last chance. Volatile explosives require a few more motes. So we're gonna go ahead, get some volatile explosives going, and pray to the burb. You might have heard her chirping over there. I don't know if it's a good sign or not. Come on, little fleets. Come on, you can do this. You can do this. Okay, let's actually, hold on. Let's have them retreat over to Krant afterwards. Come on, little fleet. Yeah, I don't think it's gonna do it. Let's retreat. And now our admiral is nervous from this overwhelming defeat. Okay then. I suppose what we can do is build a couple of shipyards to build maybe 2 corvettes before the main fleet comes and seizes this entire area. Alright, looks like the fleet is back. And really, there's nothing much we can do. We have set our war doctrine already, and we cannot change to no retreat for another 2 years. You know, maybe in 2 years we'll be able to take them on, but I highly doubt it. Emperor Palpatine, limited power! I don't think we're gonna be able to take on this station. Not right now, at least. Can take on some of these reinforcement fleets, I suppose, but that's about it. I guess we can do that. Savage hordes touching down means that the Withered Stone is finally under invasion that the high ground will not fix. Unfortunate. Very unfortunate. Oh, we can hire mercenaries. 1 second here. Don't mind me just selling off everything I own. And maybe we're gonna be able to get the Armada of the Voidborne. Casually do my thing. And let's hire the Armada of the Voidborne. Let's first make sure our actually, it doesn't matter. We cannot change our capital at war. Let's just see where they spawn. As a quick tip, Armada of the Voidborne spawn in your capital system. And the capital system right now is this one, which is behind all of these systems. So this effectively means that these guys are completely and utterly useless. I guess we can go around here, but by that time it's gonna be too late. Yeah, these guys have already built up some fleets over in this Home Alone system, and now I don't think we have a realistic chance of winning this war. I'll still try. We'll send this fleet over to can we even? Hold on. Can't even send these guys. They would have to go through all of this territory, have to go through this station, have to pass. Oh, actually, let's pass that station, go all the way around like that, like AI usually does. Let's also try to build a couple more ships over here. No. Okay, new plan. New plan. Well, in this situation, there's really not much we can do. The only thing we could potentially do is settle status quo, but that would mean that we lose nearly all of our territory. Let's also see this straw poll that Gao has posted. which is asking, will Stefan survive? Option 1 is, I believe in his skill to make it through this. Number 2 is, I trust in the burb to guide him to victory. Number 3, ha 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 no. Or, I don't know. Let's see the results. Okay, guys. Wow, that really, really encourages me. Let's carry on. I mean, if we piece out of a bunch of these wars, such as this one, we're not going to lose territory. Yeah, let's talk serious here. Yeah, status quo with these guys means that we can now go through their territory unrestricted. Suppose that's the only way. Let's go for that. And let's take a look at our other war. Our other war is against these guys. And I think I'm going to lose this war, or set our status quo, I will lose all of this territory, so that is not an option. In fact, I think the biggest thing that we have to do right now is to rescue this space. But we have to go through this space. And there's FTL inhibitors and massive stations, so that's not an option. Instead, we can continue on our path, go and backstab these guys in a very, very convoluted manner. We have 3 planets left. One of the other planets is completely occupied, and can't really do much. Other planets have massive unemployment issues, which I will have to combat right now. Now, one trick that I do want to show you guys is that, okay. One trick that I want to show you guys is that you can actually manage stuff on your occupied planets, even though they are under occupation. So we can go ahead and demolish all of these things, and we can then expel excess population. So we go from 22 pops to 12 pops. And all of a sudden, our other planets now have more population and more workers. That's exactly what we need. We also don't need this massive amount of admin cap, and indeed, we'll just downgrade everything because it's eating up our economy. Now that we have a massive surplus of specialists on this planet, I'm gonna sit here and groan because I don't really know what to do with that. Suppose we can resettle some pops over on other planets. Yeah, let's do that. Let's also build up a little bit more alloy production. After all, we do have the means to sustain it. And we'll do that on all the planets. Once these alloy foundries are built, we will downgrade these administrative offices and pull through. Otherwise, we're gonna keep looking at this bait that I've set, and we may actually want to go for another bait in a similar manner. Although that would be pretty hard. This bait thing happens very rarely because you have to have the starbase disabled by someone first, and only then can you make an enemy just stay on the starbase. If I just disable the starbase, or if someone of the Machine Empire disables the starbase, it would just go to them. However, since we are in another war, another empire has claimed the starbase and is now trapping this stack of fleet power. That is the secret. Alright, let's see here. How many people believe in me now? Alright, looks like 26% believe. And most of those people believe that is going to be the burb and not my skill. Alrighty. That's actually fair. What we got to do is balance our economy. So let's cancel this trade deal. Get some more moats going because we will need moats for alloy production. And we are limited in terms of time because this machine uprising will end eventually, and if we settle status quo and lose our territory, I'll consider it a defeat. Alright, let's see here. We have a shipyard. We can build some ships. Let's actually make sure we are building the right ships. So let's take a look at the enemy. It looks like they're using... Oh, now I understand why all my corvettes were dying. These guys have small weapons. Alright, in that case, we will go for a better ship design. Maybe? I don't know what I can really do against this. Huh. Could go for battleships, except we cannot even afford a single battleship, and this is not even upgraded. I think our best option is corvette spam. I think it is. So let's keep this on. Keep this on. Common computer can stay like that, and everything else can stay like this. We'll give a minimal reactor, and these are going to be mostly naked corvettes. Alright, let's build some of those. I'm sorry. Why can I not build? Is it because the planet is occupied? I find that to be complete and utter BS. Alright, well, that was our only shipyard, so we're gonna have to make a new one from scratch. We can also build a new shipyard over here, just to make sure we can do stuff. And let's see, is this the Empire capital? Yes, it is. So let's make sure it's gonna be also our trade capital. Somehow. Right, hold on. I'm gonna figure this out. This should be our trade capital because this is our capital, right? Colony designation, automate it. No. Yes, we can't do that. Looks like our trade routes are gonna be completely messed up until the very end of this war. Alright. In that case, we're gonna have to deal with trade somehow. We're gonna build an upgraded starport, and that should collect some trade value from this little place. Actually, yeah, that makes sense. We don't have any starbase here to collect trade value, so that's alright. We do not need pops because we need alloys most of all. Indeed, let's build more alloy plants. And let's also prioritize that. And deprioritize everything else, such as bureaucrats. We don't need bureaucrats. We instead need manufacturers. Hopefully these guys don't decide to attack. If they do, that'd be quite a pain. And hopefully these guys decide to attack at some point, because currently they are also being a pain. Let's see here. We are constantly running out of consumer goods, and for what reason? For what reason are we running out of consumer goods? Looks like there's massive deficits on this planet because of the amount of bureaucrats. And that makes sense, because they're using consumer goods to make that. And overall, there's quite a few planets. I mean, not planets. Quite a few pops on this planet. Including a lot of servants who are actually doing well. I'll keep the servants. We don't really have much population to work with. Founder species is getting sold, and we can't do anything about it. How shameful. Alright, this planet is still occupied. And we can get some more alloy production going in this planet as well. If we can resettle some pops over to this planet after we get some production, that would just be great. All we need right now are alloys. Technology does not matter at all, and it's not like we can actually restore technology to any usable point.
Tactical retreat.
It looks like at least some of the advances of the Machine Empire will be halted. And actually, it looks like a lot of these planets... Oh, okay. So it looks like we can build some armies, and that can help us out significantly, because some of their star bases are occupied, And all we need to do is come in with armies and claim them for ourselves. So let's do that. Recruit armies. We cannot do clone armies, unfortunately. They are most efficient. But I suppose we can go for... I don't really want to go for gene warriors, but I think we might have to. Alright. Let's recruit 2 gene warriors per planet. And we'll even recruit the honorable and very warlike Freaky T as well. Meanwhile, it looks like this fleet is moving in, and it is very possible that it also gets trapped in the Jangal system. Let's see if that happens. Maybe not. We're also losing Federation XP because we don't have enough envoys, because all our envoys died after the capture of our home system. Alright, looks like they're not dumb enough to actually go and get trapped in jungle, which just makes our job much harder. Looks like we have some armies over here. Let's use them. First, we're going to teleport them over to Iberia. This way, they're going to meet up with some other armies. Although first, I'll want them to land on the planet and get back up. That way, their cooldown for the jump will be reset. Alright, wonderful. Embark all. Now they have merged, and now we can go ahead and strike some planets. I don't know if this system is going to go to me or them, but either way it's going to help out someone. Let's also make sure we have a proper trade policy. Right now we might want to go for... yeah, a mixed economy is exactly what we need. Also go for dietary balance, because we're not going to want to expend a lot of food. And yeah, let's go land armies. I think this was one of my planets. Not entirely sure though. Might be their planet. Who knows? I have no idea here. Looks like the burb is encouraging me to continue on, and we'll do that. For the backends, by the way, I did not have the option to play as the exterminators, otherwise I certainly would have. Also looks like this planet did go to them, which is acceptable. Although I have a burning suspicion that these planets were once mine. No matter. This is pretty much free since these machines don't actually have any armies. Alright, looks like the Armada of the Voidborne has arrived. And now we can go ahead and start retaking some systems. Let's merge up this fleet and start using it. Meanwhile, we're doing relatively well in terms of ally production. We're producing 80 a month, which is actually quite decent for our situation. Let's also continue on with restricting bureaucrats, because everyone hates bureaucrats. Instead, we'll build some alloy plants in their place. Unfortunately, it does look like we are starting to run out of minerals because we are converting all of them into our war machines. So that kind of sucks. Make sure our economy is looking nice. Oh, -8 motes. Come on. What's going on? Did we lose something? What happened? Alright, looks like their fleet is distracted over here.
Construction vessel destroyed.
And, yeah. Volatile motes, come on. I need... You know, I'm a brainlet. For all the things that I do, I'm also brainlet. We were selling motes instead of buying motes. God, okay, that makes sense. That makes sense why we've been running out of motes all this time. We've just been selling them instead of buying motes. Okay then. Well, now our economy is fixed, mostly. and we can continue to go on and take some planets. If we can get this fleet over to Home Alone and retake the system while no one else is here, we will be able to jump in with armies and reconquer our home system. Once we have our home system, well, with our home system at least, I'll be good with calling it a victory. Let's jump into Thuban. Let's hope these guys aren't. These guys are. Never mind. Guess we're gonna have to invade as soon as possible. These guys didn't even engage. All right. That's rough. Okay, that's very rough. Very rough. Extremely rough. Alright, well, at least our armies are still here. That is fortunate. But the fact that the Armada of the Voidborne was completely devastated is very bad. Very, very bad. Like, insanely bad. Right, let's separate one of these guys and hop him over to the Thuban system. I don't know if... Nah, he's not going to be able to prevent anything, but I think having him in the system will at least slow down the rate at which the station repairs. Yeah, it is not going to repair any longer. I'll take that. Alright, let's see here. We have 4K alloys, and we can potentially use them. We have a single shipyard remaining, and I think if we pump out more corvettes, we'll be able to do something. Actually, I have a better idea. Instead of pumping out corvettes, let's just pump out carrier cruisers. Carrier cruiser would be sufficiently long distance to counter the Home Alone station without actually taking any losses. So let's go for that. And give it a carrier combat computer. There we go. It's going to be quite speedy, and I don't think we'll need any medium-sized weapons, or anything for that matter. Let's just literally strap a hangar base onto a cruiser and call it a day. It's going to be a fast cruiser as well, so we'll take that and just spam a couple of those. Alright, that's more than a couple, but that should serve our purpose well. Otherwise, our economy is looking quite nice. We are actually producing a surplus of volatile motes and rare crystals. So we're going to cancel this deal, and we're going to cancel this deal. Alright, let's not trade for now, and let's just sell stuff as necessary. We'll also want to go ahead and get even more things up and running. Let's see, where are alloys? Right here. Things are looking up. Somewhat. To a degree. You can argue that. Yeah, things aren't looking up, but at least we're managing. Alright, let's also increase efficiency on some of these planets by going with a crime lord deal. Do that. Do that. Pause the game. We have more than 10% crime now. Let's negotiate with crime lords on both of these planets. And let's assign the governor once more. And let's actually reassign the enforcers. Alright, perfect. Now these guys have 10 more stability, which means 6% more production. Unfortunately, there's an archaeological site on this planet. Actually, it's the Sentinels. Let's continue researching this. It's gonna be worth it to hire a scientist just to finish this up. Yeah, let's get this scientist on here, and then let's get the sentient boy over doing research. That sounds good. Let's also get some consumer goods production up and running, because right now we are suffering from it. Mercenary contract ends. Alright. Someone died? Someone died. Okay. Looks like they went after the fleet anyway. And they'll probably go after the army as well. So we're gonna teleport our army out and have them chill in Ascension's End. I don't think the machine uprising can actually go into the United Zru regime because they are not at war. Alright, let's continue getting our production up and running. Although we don't really have enough mineral production to satisfy that. Suppose we can do farming subsidies just to get more production over there. Research grants won't help us at all, and anything else will not help us at all either. Diplomatic grants would help us if AI was actually capable. Unfortunately, AI is not. Alright, looks like we are building up these Liberia-class cruisers, and we're doing it relatively fast. Meanwhile, we can continue researching the Sentinels, and we can potentially get this planet fortified a little bit more. Let's consolidate armies over here, and let's have 2 stacks of armies flying around. That's going to help us out significantly. Alright, since the scientist is so good, we can just spare no expenses, and he'll be able to unlock this easily. Alright, we have found the missing scientist. Although we will want to assign the proper scientist to this task, because this guy will be significantly faster. Perfect. Let's see how our cruiser fleet is going. So far, it's going pretty well. We have quite a few cruisers, and these are going to be mobile hangar bays, essentially. So we're just going to be able to teleport them into the Home Alone system. And once there's no fleets over here, we'll be able to just take out the system, take out the station, and invade with the armies. Once we can do that, we can force status quo out. Oh, minor artifacts. That's actually a worthwhile trade because we can now go ahead and sell all these artifacts, and with that, buy more minerals. With more minerals, we can get more alloy foundries, and all is well.
War declared.
It looks like these guys aren't actually going to get trapped by the ruse, which is unfortunate. But they will chill in the system. Oh yeah, at some point we should probably try to get these things back. In fact, we might want to do that as soon as possible and end the war here. Although we don't have any power over this war, so I don't think that's going to happen. Now, something that's more unfortunate is that the worm has seemingly abandoned us and is not giving us any signals. I truly wish they give us something so that we can at least pray to him. But alas, we only have the burb to pray to. I suppose we can expel excess population on this planet once more. Let's do that. Alright, we have recovered pretty much all of our pops from this planet, and now there's only 8 left. The rest have gone to our other planets to work in our mines and work in our refineries. Meanwhile, the fleet is still getting built up. And in fact, we're going to have a sizable chunk of fleet power. Of course, we don't need 5.4k fleet power to take on the station because we're going to be out of range most of the time. But more fleet power will certainly help us, especially against these guys. which are actually an optimized design. They're using autocannons and devastator torpedoes.
Enemy
Interesting.
presence exposed.
Interesting and spooky at the same time. This Vogel, yeah, just joined the stream, and our economy and empire really are in ruins. Fortunately, though, we will soon be able to counterattack and take out these guys. Alright, we have also gotten the Sentinels. So we have a few options over here. Either we can leave the Sentinels over here. We can open the Sentinels or leave them alone. Let's open the Sentinel. Should get a special project here, which is gonna actually be plausible with our research speed. Ah, thank you, Byzantium Crusader. Yeah, we will be able to do it. Don't worry about that. Alright. All we need to do is build up a few more Liber class ships, and we should be golden. All these are hangar bays. Mobile hangar bays. With the hit and run doctrine that I'll hopefully find on one of my admirals, these guys should be quite resilient as well. Hold on. I think I may be producing the wrong ship type. Let's see here. Ship designer. I was producing Liber class ships. That explains everything. Alright. Let's go to Fleet Manager and retrofit all of the Liber class ships into the Liberia class. And force them to upgrade. Yeah, that was the problem. That was why I couldn't jump with these fleets. Fortunately, Liberia class ships are... Wow, okay, I'll take that trade. Liberia class ships are relatively cheap, and upgrading will cost us basically nothing. That's because all we have are hangars on a cruiser. That's all it is, and that's all that we're gonna need.
Vessels upgraded.
Jesus. I think we trapped them. Wait, hold on a second. Guys, I think we trapped them. Ladies and gentlemen, we got him. We trapped the main fleets of the machine uprising, and now we can go out with our Liberia class ships and actually strike at them. Huh. Do we want to wait and build up a fleet, or do we want to strike now? I'm thinking we strike. So let's teleport these ships over the Tifim system. Get some minerals so that we don't experience any penalties. And wait a little bit. And then start attacking these systems. We only have a little bit of time left until a forced status quo will be possible. So we're going to want to move quickly. Yeah, Liberia class ships, like, these are basically the price of a fully kitted out Corvette. Very cheap. We can actually go ahead and strike the system. Even though they are severely weakened, these ships are quite powerful. Anyways, let's hear out the Sentinels and accept them. Alright, there we go. And now this planet should have a 3k garrison army. So even if the machines do figure out this ruse and invade, they'll be hard pressed to actually take the planet. Also, as you can see here, even with reduced weapons damage, carriers are just extremely good against strikecraft. No, not carriers are good, just period, against stations. They are good against strikecraft as well, because strikecraft will counter other strikecraft, as far as I know. By the way, the reason why these guys are trapped is because I am I'm utilizing the brand new and improved 2.6.1 AI. Now let's keep building ships, and let's keep taking stations. Fortunately, we did end battle with the United 2-0 regime, because otherwise this massive fleet, and this massive death stack, because that's what it is, they're just traveling around in a single death stack, would completely annihilate all the chances we ever had. And now we're retaking systems, we can go ahead and maybe try to bait the fleet over in Home Alone. If we were to try to take this station and this fleet, we might actually suffer. But as these guys are moving, I think we're going to have a chance to catch them. So let's do that. Alright. Let's see. Are they moving? No, they went back. Okay, then. In that case, we're just going to take other systems. And particularly the Thuban system, because that is going to let us get the planet back. Let's also get this planet back. We'll be able to do that really easily with this army set on aggressive.
Planetary invasion.
Easy.
Commenced.
Easy peasy. Okay, interesting. So after we take this system, we're going to want to go ahead and just camp out in Home Alone, because it seems like the fleets over in Home Alone are going back and forth. So we should be able to catch them as they're going like that. Oh, actually, this guy tried to jump on my fleet. How smart of him. Right. We have engaged, and hopefully these guys will run towards us instead of us having to engage the station as well as their mini fleet. Indeed, that's what is going on here. We have a pretty good chance right now, because Strikecraft, as far as I remember, also serve as PD. And they certainly do. Let's retake that system. And it looks like the habitat will also be retaken very shortly.
Planetary invasion commenced.
There we go. Planet retaken. Now we jump into the Home Alone system, which is now ours. Now we can set this guy to aggressive and actually split him up so that he can capture stuff faster. At this point we can send over our fleet over to Distal. I think we should be able to just jump in and it will be all good.
Planetary invasion commenced.
We can also jump in with our other fleet and merge these two stacks.
Invasion commenced.
Meanwhile, we can set our fleets to aggressive and retake all of our habitats.
Planetary invasion commenced. Planetary invasion commenced.
Alright, this still is recaptured, and actually it's our ally system, and since we don't like our allies, we're just gonna abandon it to the toasters. Instead, we're gonna wait and try to retake some of these systems. It may be difficult to do so, but I think it's certainly possible.
Enemy presence exposed. Planetary invasion commenced.
Alright, for now we can just move around and maybe help out our allies a little bit. Or not, who knows. We have now recaptured Home Alone, and with this little stack of corvettes, we should be able to recapture this system. Or not. Let's just send these guys over to the starbase to chill. Now we are also hit with a massive, massive energy credit deficit, and that is because all these foundries are now here. The only problem is they are only populated by toasters, and all of these buildings require energy upkeep. To rebuild from this would be very difficult, but at this point we have captured 12 out of our 13 planets, and honestly, I would call this a win. Remanaging the economy would require it to demolish all these buildings, demolish all of these thingies, and then as the population grows, rebuild stuff. Unfortunately, I don't quite want to do that right now, and instead, we're gonna try to manage as much as possible. I'll actually show you guys what to do, like on this habitat. Since we have a bunch of toasters on this habitat, which are unable to do any sort of useful jobs, we're gonna have to demolish everything. Everything. Completely everything. I would keep the robot assembly plant, but everything else will be demolished. Now let's see, do we have the synthetics researched? That is the big question. Looks like we do not. Alright, we only have droids, which means that we're gonna have to start resettling some of our normal population over to these planets. We're not gonna really want to do anything with this planet because it's just a research planet, but with this mining world, we'll resettle some of our pops which are unemployed. Let's go for this. Unemployed. And all of these are technicians, so I can easily resettle them as well. I'm gonna resettle some toasters in return. And resettle some rackets to this habitat. This way, this habitat will be more or less fine, and we can do the same thing for all the other habitats. We would take workers from our other planets, and even though it would ruin some construction, we can resettle stuff to the energy district. Yeah, the toaster uprising is spreading. And looks like this time it's on the other side of the galaxy, where it's not going to concern us at all. Instead, we'll just retake some of these systems. Or even try to jump in all the way over here. Let's try to jump in. Why not? Oh, actually, let's take out these guys and then jump in. Fortunately, since we have a massive alloy income, we will be able to sell some of it to fund our economy. The Machine Empire has still contained all its fleets over in the system because of a bug. This bug has not been fixed, and now the Great Han has arisen. God, that is a chaotic galaxy. Like today has been a thing of happenings, and we have been in the middle of it all. Let's jump into Vire. Let's take out this system. Actually, let's not do that right now. There's no need. We can just wait 200 days, and maybe the enemy will even come after us. Doesn't look like they will, but who knows. Oh, what is this? Did these guys declare war? I think they did, yeah. So we're gonna have to clear up these machines very quickly. Alright, to do that, we first have to get some energy credit production. So we're gonna resettle toasters and get organic pops in return. Perfect, now we're actually making some energy credits. We can wait about 95 days. Yeah, no problem. We'll take that planet, and we should be good to go. Yeah, it's basically going to be a race of who gets the clay of the Machine Empire first. Alright, let's engage.
Receiving communications.
Yep, now the debuff has worn off, and you can see that carriers are OP, especially against stations. I'm going to pull the same thing on this station as well, and I think that even though it is more powerful, we'll still be able to take it on just as easily. The thing with stations is that they have medium weapons. What has happened? Gotta take care of that afterwards. But as I was saying... Ooh, don't steal my planet. Don't you dare. Let's see. We did the last hit, so the system belongs to us. And now we can come in.
Savage hordes touching down.
And take over.
Planetary invasion commenced.
Let's keep selling alloys, keep selling gas, keep selling everything. We could establish a more beneficial pact with another AI empire, because they will probably buy alloys for a better price than 115. However, that's kind of exploiting of AI, and I think we've already done way too much of it in this video. So we can do that, and I think the machine uprising actually has only one planet left. Oh, never mind, it has 5. Never mind. And what planets does it have? No, it's not that. Must have a system with a bunch of habitats. We'll take care of it.
Planetary invasion commenced. Planetary invasion commenced. Planetary invasion commenced.
Alright, now we can just go to focal
Ground invasion
and seize the remaining planets of the Machine Empire. So this fleet is going to go to Dalberg. Meanwhile, this will go to focal. Wow. So because we have a massive energy deficit, our fleet's basically had no fleet power. God. Yep. That was not... Like, you could do exploits with that, where you can just let your economy go for a while, and let your fleet be at minimal fleet power. However, I don't do exploits. Alright, these two systems have been retaken. And now we gotta retake this system. Let's do that. Soon, the machine uprising will be completely squashed, and this border war will cease. Let's see. These guys have 2 planets left, Dalberg Prime and Cornus. Fortunately, we are already invading Dalberg Prime, and Cornus will soon fall as well. There we go, Cornus has fallen, and Dalberg... No. Right, these guys stole some planets from us, I remember.
Ground invasion force
And there we go. We have won the war. Now, whoever doubted me, take it back. Granted, we did use an exploit in this war, but it just shows you what you can do with knowledge of the game. If I had not known that you can trap fleets in a single system, we would have lost easily. And this is exactly the environment in which I would use exploits, a single player game, for the audience, for the memes. Anyways, as you saw here, we have transformed our empire from shambles to taking back all of our planets. And now, even though we don't have any population and our research is pathetic, we can easily rebuild from here. Anyways, thank you everyone for watching. I'll end this little two-part stream series here. And yeah, if you guys have any questions immediately right now, you can ask them in the chat. But otherwise, I'll be wrapping up the stream, and I'll post the save file in my Patreon Discord. So if you're really interested, you can join my Patreon and get it there. Otherwise, I will be posting some guides very soon, and the Patreons will get them first. However, I first need to get the Stellaris in a Nutshell guide series out, and today you should expect about 2 videos of that. So that's gonna be nice. Anyways, it seems that we don't have any immediate questions in the chat, so thank you guys for watching, and have a good night.